My treatment was straightforward: lumpectomy, chemo, radiation. I didn't have a big emotional reaction to any of it, although I do recall that when my doctor called and said that I had breast cancer, I nearly poured orange juice on my cereal instead of milk. Apart from that, I pretty much took everything in stride. My family and friends were great. My true love ran right out to Victoria's Secret and got me some cute things, and his mother sent me flowers. My sister-in-law and brother gave me a gift of acupuncture treatments to get me through surgery and later to get me through the fatigue of radiation. My brother-in-law came to doctor's appointments with me. My sister used her contacts to get a chaplain to visit me in the waiting room the morning of my surgery, and my best friend from junior high school made me 7 hats. But you know, in spite of all those nice things, I felt like I had to be the one to emotionally support everyone else. I knew they felt bad for me and kind of scared, and I wanted to let them know that I had a very good prognosis, I had the best of medical care, and things were going to be okay. I really did feel that way. Maybe I was in denial. Anyway, I couldn't accept emotional support from anyone else. I had to be strong for everyone.
I have been to Disney World every year since 1978. It's a tradition I wouldn't miss for the world. Cancer was not going to take that away from me. My family is the most important thing in my life, not my breasts. There are 2 ways to view life: through a long lens and through a short lens. And I am now so very aware of the impermanence of life and how very short our time here on Earth really is. Every day is just one more sunset, one more dinner with my husband, one more day to tell my family that I love them. I want to do everything. I want to see the world. I want to travel. If there's a diamond ring that I want, I'm going to buy it. Every year is just one more trip to Disney with my grandson. Just one more.
Feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you. Only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips.
One of the worst points in my whole breast cancer saga was when my doctor said it's breast cancer. He had felt a small lump and wanted me to go for a test, but didn't think it would be anything. Then, when they said it's in the lymph nodes, it meant I needed chemo. My hair falling out was really hard. One thing I remember about my hair is when I was going to stay at my brother's with my 2 nieces while they went away for the weekend. I asked if they knew about my hair thing. I had a wig, but staying overnight they would see me bald. He said they were okay. So Carol, my sister-in-law, was telling me about what to cook for dinner in the oven, and I realized I couldn't use the oven without taking off the wig. So I sat my nieces down, very serious, and I said I was going to take off the wig to use the oven because of the chance of fire, and that it would be okay. Well, Caitlin just looked at me and said, "Auntie Paula, safety is more important than how you look." That changed my feelings a little, but the whole having no hair experience was really a hard one. When people heard about my diagnosis, they would call me, telling me of someone they knew who was also a breast cancer survivor. I couldn't explain why, but I hated that term, breast cancer survivor. It just sounded so bad. I hated it even more as I completed my treatment. It was like something that would always stick with me. Now, 3 years after completing treatment, I am a breast cancer survivor, and I'm okay with the term. But if I'm asked to speak to any woman newly diagnosed with breast cancer, I am very careful about how I use it. When I was going through treatment, I was so focused on staying strong and not getting sick that I kind of blocked out a lot of what was happening to me. In my support group, I was always the positive, strong one. People told me I was funny, something I was never thought of in my family. But in this one session, it all just hit me. I was saying things like I was angry and it wasn't fair, and I was almost in tears. Well, everyone in my group just said, "Paula is human. She is not a superhero." From that point on, I was able to express my feelings.
I remember thinking, I don't need a breast to dance at Casey's wedding. I just need to be there at Casey's wedding. My son is the reason I made it through all of this. He is 8 years old, and he was and still is my strength. I can't imagine how hard it must have been for him, seeing me go through all the treatments and losing my hair. When you lose a breast and your hair, and you go through menopause in your 30s, not to mention the fact that mastectomy lingerie is not the least bit cutting edge or sexy, it's nice to have a constant reminder of your womanhood, your femininity. I'm a mom, and I love being able to say those words. That's something cancer can't take away from me, and that is what made me fight this. Casey said to me one day, "Mom, can I catch this? You just don't know what's going on in their minds." I myself had a hard time keeping track of what was going on. One day he had some friends over, and here I was, bald as can be, and I didn't want to embarrass him, you know, so I put on that wig. That stupid wig. I only wore that wig around his friends. I would do anything for him. He is so fascinated by the mechanics of everything. Like, how does cancer grow, and how does somebody like my mom get it? Children have no idea how much their existence helps and how much of a role they play in their parents' survival. He just went on being himself. I just got married this past July. I'm in the process of taking my life back, moving on, embracing my new body. For me, it's not if it's coming back, but when it's coming back. So often I feel like I just strap on my cancer backpack and go through my day. Oh, but make no mistake, I'll be at Casey's wedding, boobs or not.
This is Tracy before chemo. This is Tracy after chemo. Any questions?
My hair is different now in that it's curly, and it wasn't curly before, it was straight. So people ask me all the time, was it curly before? No. Do you like it? And the answer to that is I have to, because I don't have any choice.
And it has a little divot in it. And just people thought I had a beautiful bald head, and well, actually one person said that.
The perk was being a redhead. I got a wig, and it was a lot of fun.
And my hair is an accessory and not my identity as it was before.
Funniest thing was that I had to put a little cap on my head like a newborn when I went to bed because it is chilly. But I always felt like a newborn. I felt like I should be going away. So that's that.
Now that I have hair again, people coming up and asking me, "Do you like your hair?" is very annoying to me. And my staple response now is, I don't care about my hair, I'm just happy to be alive.